All right, welcome back everyone. So continuing on the neon. So yesterday I went ahead and I put not everything back on. I just wanted to get the car in because we were supposed to get snow today and it's snowing pretty heavily. So yesterday it was kind of nice, still super cold, and I just wanted to focus and get everything put back in the car. So the only thing I actually have left that just came back from powder coating is the valve cover to put on because I just wanted to get it running and pull it in. So I put the minimal effort. I put the intake manifold on, the brace for the mount actually for the transmission mount, and yeah, the throttle body bracket and everything like that, and our brackets for the rad. So what we still have left to put on is the lovely valve cover. So yeah, these came out super well. I had a guy at my uncle's an airplane mechanic. He has a guy there that does powder coating. I had him powder coat this stuff. It's just a nice black, there's no sparkle, nothing wrong, nothing crazy with it, because you know, if I want to wrap this car another color, I was thinking maybe blue or like red or something like that. I want, you know, nothing in the engine bay to clash super hard with anything like that. So everything's just simple black. This engine bay needs a serious cleaning. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, man, I should have just painted the bay when I had the engine out and everything out of it, because I literally stripped everything out of this. Wiring, the brake booster, everything was out of it. I could have painted it. I didn't. I kind of started painting it with some spray cans and then kind of fucked off and just let it sit there. So, but my goal right now is to slap this valve cover on. There's a couple things we need to take off because of, you know, some stuff I put on that's going to interfere with everything. So the strut brace is going to come off and valve cover's got to come off. You know, shit. Fuel rail might have to come off. It is pretty tight here. We'll see. Yeah, I got to switch over the PCV valve, and the harness is going to have to come up a bit. But other than that, it's gonna be pretty straightforward. And then yesterday I went ahead and placed an order for a catch can. That's gonna be pretty nice. It's gonna sit right down here, fill some space up right there. Yeah, a lot of them mounted where I have my overflow, the AGP overflow for the turbo. So I had to find one that mounted somewhere else. And this one mounts right by, kind of down by the area that's missing with the battery tray. There's a couple you can get. There's a battery tray mounted ones I couldn't do because I no longer have a battery tray. There's engine mount ones, which I can't do because this engine mount is nice and flat, and this is the factory one, and this is where it would mount, but that's not on the new one. So yeah, and then there's the rad mounted one. So I got one that I forget, I'll have to look up the name of the company that makes it, but it just sits on the frame rail down there. Should be nice and out of the way, fill up some blank space, and then we got to give this poor neon a good bath. That might not be today because it's going to be stored for a while longer. I don't want to fuck things up, but eventually she's going to get a bath. One more thing I want to do too, now this might just be when I have my next round of stuff getting powder coated, is take the AC bracket out, cut all the studs, clean it up, and get that powder coated black too. And I might get some other things powder coated. Like I said, I got to figure it out. But with that aside, let me put you guys on a quick time lapse. Let's get this valve cover taken off. Should be pretty straightforward. Let's go for it. All right, now the valve cover's off, and you can see kind of the rough life my SRT has had in 200,000 kilometers. So it's kind of dirty. It's not super bad, but it's not amazing. You can still see I've got marks on the cams from when I had the engine apart, and I don't see any wear or anything like that unusual. So I'm gonna go ahead and just check anything for play. I don't think there's gonna be any play because it's a pretty good motor. So, but 200,000 kilometers, someone, you know, maybe the second owner didn't do all the oil changes on time, but see a bit of scoring on that lifter there, but on the rocker arm there, but overall, not in bad shape. No flat marks on any of the cams, so that's good. On any of the lobes, sorry. Yeah, everything is in pretty good shape. So you can still see all my markings from, because I have put I've put maybe 250 kilometers on it since the top end rebuild. Yeah, I just didn't really drive it that much last summer because at the point I had it ready to go on the road, I was driving it, breaking something, fixing it. Driving it, breaking something, fixing it. So, didn't have much time to drive it last year, especially because, you know, I only had it driving for like 2 months, so. Yeah, so, but now we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna transfer everything over to this new valve cover in terms of all these grommets for the hardware that I have has to get switched over. And then this gasket is brand new, I'm gonna reuse it. Still got tons of flexibility left in it, so I'm gonna reuse the gasket, and then I'm gonna be swapping my MSD coil for my factory coil, which is, where'd I put it? Right there. On the ground, there's my factory coil. So the MSD coil kind of has some, you know, so-so reviews on it. A lot of people just say stick with the factory coil. And then on top of that, the red kind of clashes with everything. So putting it back to black might not be terrible. I'm kind of regretting going with this neochrome hardware. I should have gone with just like a black or something like that, because one, this stuff is already kind of corroding away. In the 250, look at this, see? It's kind of hard for you guys to see. See? And this thing has only been on the go for, like I said, 250 kilometers. I think I have some spare, like whatever these beauty washers are. So let's see if I can find them. If I don't, we'll just have to reuse these. Okay, well, turns out I've got lots of extra shit, so should be no problem to put 2 new ones on there that are kind of bad and clean the rest of them up. So let's get to putting this shit back together though. And finally, we're pretty much done. I just got to put the strut bar back on, but I want to show you guys what everything looks like before. Now, I've always noticed really that well, it's just an iPhone camera, but it kind of puts way too much exposure on everything. So everything kind of looks weird through the lens of the camera, but that could just be because of the lighting in here and everything like that. But just want to let you guys know, in person, this thing looks freaking sick, but over the camera, the colors all kind of get blended together. So let's see here. Let's see what this looks like. Boom, and there it is. I think that looks so much better than it did before. And the whole engine bay is kind of coming together. You know, this is all nice and black. This is all nice and black. Putting this, the black stock coil back on makes everything look a whole lot better. Everything kind of goes together. So I'm gonna put the strut brace back on now, and then that's pretty much it for this. So I might pull out the fenders and start body working the fenders for this wide body. Maybe, but that probably won't be in this video because I think it's already gotten to the point where it's too long, but let's take a look with the strut cover back on. All right, and when I was at the junkyard, actually, I went ahead and got a clock spring too out of a cruise control car, but I'm pretty sure it will work. So I just went ahead and swapped them out. Let's see, I have my old one sitting somewhere over there. And then I noticed too, this airbag is fucked. The horn actually doesn't work. So I went home and grabbed my other airbag and I switched the clock springs out, which maybe it didn't need it, maybe it did, who knows? I didn't test it. I didn't, between the airbags, I just put the new clock spring in and boom, that's working, and the SRS light's off. So now I can honk at people and my airbag will work, hopefully. So yeah, so that's where we're gonna end the video today. So I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and I hope you can hear me for one. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. yeah, stay tuned for future videos. I'm gonna have one coming out on the Prelude pretty soon. We're doing some aftermarket turn signals. I'm gonna be making some sequential turn signals in some clear Euro lights. So excited to put those back on. So anyways, hope you guys liked the video. Like it if you liked it, dislike it if you hated it. I don't care, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.